Thank you for joining us at UTA's Texas Hall as we celebrate Tarrant County College's nursing graduates. As you take your seats, please move inward to fill all empty seats within your row. Once the ceremony begins, we ask that you remain in your seats until the end of the program. At the conclusion of our ceremony, we ask that you please exit the auditorium promptly and meet your graduate outside the venue. Thank you for joining us at UTA's Texas Hall as we celebrate Tarrant County College's nursing graduates. As you take your seats, please move inward to fill all empty seats within your row. Once the ceremony begins, we ask that you remain in your seats until the end of the program. At the conclusion of our ceremony, we ask that you please exit the auditorium promptly and meet your graduate outside the venue. Thank you for joining us at UTA's Texas Hall as we celebrate Tarrant County College's nursing graduates. As you take your seats, please move inward to fill all empty seats within your row. Once the ceremony begins, we ask that you remain in your seats until the end of the program. At the conclusion of our ceremony, we ask that you please exit the auditorium promptly and meet your graduate outside the venue. Thank you for joining us at UTA's Texas Hall as we celebrate Tarrant County College's nursing graduates. As you take your seats, Please move inward to fill all empty seats within your row. Once the ceremony begins, we ask that you remain in your seats until the end of the program. At the conclusion of our ceremony, we ask that you please exit the auditorium promptly and meet your graduate outside the venue.
Good afternoon, graduate nurses, colleagues, family, and friends. Welcome to Tarrant County College pinning ceremony for the Fall 2024 graduates. My name is Heather Fulson, and I am one of the nursing clinical and pharmacology instructors. I am honored to be the master of ceremonies for today's very, very special event. I am also proud to have Daisy Pike on stage with me, who is president of our Alpha Delta Nu Academic Honor Society. Together, we will guide you through this very meaningful ceremony. At this time, I would like to introduce our dignitaries that are in attendance for today's pinning ceremony. I will ask that you please stand and remain standing when I call your name to be recognized. As for our audience, I am sure you'll want to join us in giving them a nice round of applause, but please wait until I have introduced them all. Dr. Pearson, Provost, Dr. Madison, President of Trinity River, Dr. Atchley, Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Abro, Vice President of Student Services, Dr. Nicholas Moraros, Dean of Nursing, and Jeff Fitzgerald, TC Foundation. Now at this time, I would like to introduce Dr. Abro, Vice President of Student Services, for opening remarks.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Thank you. Good afternoon. How are we feeling today? See, today is a great day. Today is your formal recognition as you complete your studies here at Tarrant County College, and we could not be more proud of you. Can we please hear for our graduates at this time for their accomplishments and their successes? My name is Jason Abreu. I have the privilege of serving as the Vice President of Student Affairs. I have the fun job. I get to take care of all the activities outside of the classroom, but really here to support our students. On behalf of our Chancellor, Dr. Elva LeBlanc, our President, Dr. Sean Madison, our Vice President of Academic Affairs, who are all on their way, but traffic was not cooperating this afternoon, so I said absolutely. As we continue in today's program, or before we continue in today's program, one thing I would like to do is recognize the support systems of our students, our parents, our cousins, los abuelos, los abuelas, las tías, the uncles, the aunts, those that are here, those that are far, and those that are perhaps past or since passed but are here in memory and in spirit. Can our graduates stand, turn around, and recognize your family members who are with you this afternoon? There is much that is going to be celebrated today and moving on through this holiday season. We want to wish everybody well. But one of the things I want you to remember as I conclude my remarks is that know that this afternoon you become an official trailblazer. A A trailblazer is an individual who marks their own path to where they're going next. As you go into the workforce, as you go into the hospital settings, as you go into various settings, wherever that may be, know that you are a trailblazer. You are marking your own path, your own destiny, and as you go through this, make sure that you enjoy the journey. Thank you so much for having me this afternoon, and I look forward to the program. Thank you.
I would also like to recognize the alumni in the audience. Please stand if you will. We will have a special alumni pin we would like to give you at the conclusion of this pinning ceremony. So please stop by the Student Affairs table before you leave to pick up your pin. Thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Daisy. I'm the Alpha Delta Nu president, and I want to talk a little bit about Tarrant County College's nursing program. The Associate Degree Nursing Program was established in 1967 at the South Campus. The first class had 25 students in 1969. In 2011, the program moved to the Trinity River campus. In the fall of 2018, the Division of Nursing was established. It consists of the Associate Degree Nursing Program, the Vocational Nursing Program, and the Continuing Education Program for licensed Texas nurses. This year, Tarrant County College celebrates 57 years of providing quality nursing education to North Texas, and today we celebrate 129 graduates.
Each student sitting here today can attest that nursing school was incredibly difficult to manage at times. I have been through this journey myself, and I too am a very proud TCC nursing graduate. Thank you. All of us here have been through this journey. Having achieved this, I hope that you are filled with such great pride and honor and purpose. From all of us here at TCC Nursing, it has been our pleasure and privilege to have assisted you in your nursing pathway. By its very definition, a journey must have a beginning and an end. Each one of you can recall that leap of faith and nervous excitement you felt in the very start of nursing school. You can recall on fond memories of nursing boot camp, Shadow Health's Tina Jones. I mean, who can forget her? Performing nursing competencies one after another. Loss of sleep, learning to critically think, and of course the long days in clinical, late nights of studying, and of course what seemed to be a never-ending list of nursing assignments. While you may not believe this now, in time, you'll reflect upon those as good times. I hope you smile as you sit in reverie from having shared many tears and of course uncontrollable laughter with friendships that you have made along the way and are filled with internal pride having progressed through this program. The memories you hold should not only serve as a source of learning and growth from your experiences, but also shape the future in navigating the nurse that you will become. So instead of looking back, I want you to look forward to the moments to come that will forge your career in nursing. Moments such as gaining confidence and independence in your practice. That being that you will become much more comfortable and making critical decisions on your own. Independently applying skills and knowledge that you've learned from TCC. You'll demonstrate a clear understanding into real-world practice as patients will rely on you. Making a real difference in people's lives. You will provide the best possible care with personal integrity and advocacy, because this is the heart of nursing. Professional growth as a nurse. Just when you thought school was over, you will continuously learn and advance your skills. You'll be able to provide the latest and most comprehensive patient care as healthcare continues to evolve. Then, of course, there is that moment of being able to inwardly scream because you're overwhelmed, but use an outwardly smile with a very friendly personality during your shift. Because working under pressure, consistent pressure that is, those long days and the stressful moments, they're all difficult. But never allow your patient to lose trust in you because of the day you're having. Most importantly, experiencing the rewarding feeling of helping others during their most vulnerable time. This is the epitome of compassion. Gandhi quoted, "To find yourself is to get lost in the service of others." There are no true words spoken in this very occupation that you are about to embark upon. Protecting human dignity at all cost is an indescribable moment you will feel as a nurse. These are just a few of the many moments you get to look forward to. You should all be incredibly proud of yourselves, as there are so many exciting moments ahead. Speaking of memories and, of course, what lies ahead, I would like to introduce Stacy back to the podium to share a few thoughts about her own memories and, of course, the journey that these last few semesters as she, too, will graduate and sit in the chairs that you are today.
I'm currently a student of Tarrant County College's Associate Degree in Nursing program, and I'll graduate in the spring of 2025. I'm almost there. It's a great pleasure to be here today to join all of you in honoring you during this pinning ceremony. As I stand here in front of you today, I'm reminded of the sacrifices that you have all made to get to this point. All the sleepless nights, the missed events, and countless hours spent buried in books or glued to your laptops have brought you all to this moment. I hope you all recognize the importance of your accomplishments. When you started in the program, you were catapulted into foundations, and the whiplash from that first exam probably still affects you to this day. It definitely does me. Skills Lab was fun, but let's be honest, you probably don't miss the Foley catheter checkoffs every week. You trudged through foundations and made your way into med-surg, which proved to be an entirely different beast. Clinicals and lectures were overwhelming, but you made it through with minimal damage. Summertime sounds like a break, right? Nope, that's when mental health begins. And just as soon as you wrap that up, the whirlwind of 8-week OB and PEDS classes session is ready to start. Finally, when you feel like you can catch your breath, complex swoops in, and suddenly it's time to prepare for graduation, this ceremony, and the NCLEX. Nursing school is a marathon. When it started, it felt like you barely knew how to walk. But look at you now, you're all expert marathon runners, ready to take on the world. Although this is only the beginning of your journey, you have already learned so much, and you're now part of the profession that is deeply valued and desperately needed. As a nurse, you are choosing to serve and heal others. This choice is not just a career, it's a calling. Nursing requires compassion, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to others. You will be there for people during some of their most vulnerable moments of their lives, moments of joy, moments of heartbreak, and everything in between. You've already shown that you have what it takes to meet these challenges with grace and determination.
Daisy, thank you so much. Your reflective testimony, of course, paints the perfect picture of the amount of work, dedication, and of course, sacrifice that is necessary to excel in this nursing profession. I am confident in saying that each of your fellow graduates can certainly relate to your experience, of course, and of course, the pride that you feel today. So while we celebrate our differences, of course, we all share a very common desire to not only participate, but also excel in the most trusted and honored profession that is called nursing. So I would like now to invite Dean Elliott to the podium to introduce our keynote speaker, President of Texas Health Resources in South Lake, Tracy Bernard, for today's event.
Good afternoon. It is my distinct honor and privilege to introduce you to Tracy Bernard. As said, she is the president of Texas Health Harris at South Lake. She has been in the field of healthcare for many years. She is a registered nurse. She has many years of clinical and management experience. She brings a practical, hands-on management approach to organizations. She's very comfortable working with senior leaders, physicians, and staff to align goals, and understands the persistence it takes to shift a hospital culture, and has experienced the satisfaction it brings to watch an organization become one where employees want to work, physicians want to practice medicine, and patients receive exceptional care. It is mostly my honor because she is a dear friend of mine. And so without further ado, Ms. Tracy Bernard.
Okay, I'm going to turn those claps around to all of you guys because this is your day. And I have to tell you, I am absolutely honored to be with you today. And I want to tell you how important today is to me. This pin is 40 years old, and I still have it, still know where it is, and still very proud that I got to walk across the stage just like you do today and accept your pins. So I want to start by saying congratulations. I'm honored to be here today. I want you to know that being a nurse and being a hospital president are what I do. They're certainly not who I am. There's so much more to my story, just like there is with each one of you. I grew up in a small town in Illinois where everybody farmed or had a job that was dependent upon farming. I drove tractors, detasseled corn, walked beans, baled hay. I worked in a drive-thru with my sister at McDonald's. I was voted most studious of my high school class when I would have given anything to be most popular, best dressed, best looking. But most studious did get me academic scholarships that helped pay my way through school. I studied nursing. I was vice president of my sorority. And for the next 9 years after graduating from college with my nursing degree, I lived in 5 states as I met and was mentored by some amazing people along the way. I finally landed in Texas at 30, so you know, growing up in Illinois, I got here as quick as I could. I'm asked to meet and mentor young men and women, and the question is often, how did a nurse from a small town in Illinois end up in Texas? And most importantly, how did I become a vice president at age 30 and a president at age 40? And surprisingly, the first time I was asked that, I really didn't know how to answer it. So I kind of gave those obvious answers, which I'm going to give to you guys today, and you've heard from others this morning. First, hard work. Of course, growing up in a farming community and working in the fields, you learn a work ethic and definitely learn a lot about leadership skills. Loyalty is very important. Loyalty to yourself, loyalty to your organization. I always tell people that jobs are like boyfriends or girlfriends. So just because it didn't work out doesn't make you bad or them bad. Just means it didn't work out and another one's going to come along. So don't burn a bridge. When you leave a place, don't say anything bad. You never know if that person's going to be sitting across from you again. And I can tell you there have been many people along my path that I've seen again throughout my career. Cooperation is very important, and sometimes that means sacrificing our own personal interests for the welfare of others. A great example today is all of your instructors that took time today to be with you and celebrate with you after the long journey, and probably cry a little bit as they see you go across this stage. The number one thing is find a passion in what you do. If you don't like what you do, it's going to be really, really hard. And the great thing about nursing is there are so many different things you can do with nursing, so find something that you're passionate about and that you get out of your car every day and you're like, you know, I really like what I do. You've already heard that I know I sat where you did and I was like, oh, thank goodness I'm not gonna have to study. Now I just have to go to work and it's gonna be so much easier. Well, I hate to tell you, but it's a lifelong journey, lifelong learning. And what I found along the way is that organizations are either going to outgrow you or you're gonna outgrow them. And when you outgrow them, you get new opportunities. When they outgrow you, it's a sad day when I've had to let somebody go because they were able to get us where we were, but they couldn't take us where we need to be. So be that lifelong learner. And have the courage to take risks. Mistakes, failed attempts, that's all part of our progress. Success requires getting out of your comfort zone and taking risks. And finally, determination and confidence. There have been many times I've walked into a room and I've had to fake that confidence, but you walk in there and you be confident and you let people know that you know what you're doing. I also get asked about being a woman and being a hospital president. Well, we all know what that question is. Did I experience bias? Bias comes in all kinds of forms, and the sad thing is we all have bias and we all experience biases in our workplace and in our communities. At times, we might feel like we're walking uphill and we're fighting this terrible battle, and maybe we are, but I'm not an advocate for wallowing in that reality. Instead, I'm all about banding together to create new ways of thinking. We've got to break the habits that are holding us back, and far too often we're reluctant to claim our own achievements because we think it's going to be prideful. But we just sit around thinking other people are just going to spontaneously notice us and reward our contributions. Sometimes we have to make them aware. We build these wonderful relationships, but then we don't leverage those relationships. And we have all these allies, like your fellow students, but we're afraid to ask for help, when in reality, everybody wants to help each other. We get stuck in this perfection trap, and I used to be the worst at this. I used to wear it as a badge of honor. If they asked me in an interview, what are your strengths? I'd be like, well, I'm a perfectionist. Then I found out that that just meant nothing, had nothing to do with hard work or striving for excellence. It was really about fear. It was fear of blame, fear of shame. It was trying to rise above judgment, which is absolutely impossible. I had this disease to please, and you have to learn you're not going to make everybody happy. And minimizing our own work and value. If I had $1 for every nurse that I've heard say, I'm just a nurse, I would be a rich woman. You say, I am the nurse, not just a nurse. If I'm honest with, and if we're all honest with ourselves, this hits just a little bit too close to home. And these are those types of life lessons that sometimes we have to learn the hard way. But the unfortunate thing about our career is that it's not a steady stream. I recently came upon a study of 33-year-olds, and 85% of them scored in the top percentile for innovative skills. 30 years later, they restudied that same group of 3-year-olds, and only 2% scored in the top percentile. So what happened? I suggest life happened. We learned to fit in, and at the same time, we often lost ourselves in the process. We started defining our success based on other people's perceptions and reactions. But I believe to be successful and stay on a positive path, we need to think differently and begin embracing our own uniqueness and our own version of success. To accomplish this, we've got to start deforming some of those old beliefs. First, we believed that to be successful, we got to be normal. We have to fit in. We can't stand out. We've got to be like most people. Secondly, we concentrate on fixing our weaknesses and improving our flaws so that we can be seen as flexible and balanced and well-rounded. Thirdly, we're convinced that we can fit in if we just try hard enough. And finally, we must fix our weaknesses with enough discipline and enough perseverance. We all fall into this trap, yet when given the choice, all of us would say that being different is what makes us rare versus ordinary, original versus easy to imitate, noticeable versus invisible, surprising versus predictable, memorable versus forgettable, remarkable versus nothing to talk about, and influential versus powerless. Successful people just think differently. Each of us has unique characteristics, and those characteristics have positive and negative features. Attempting to have both leaves us at mediocrity because you can't increase both of those at the same time. Success is realized when we allow ourselves to master our strengths so that our weaknesses become irrelevant. To accomplish this, David Rendell, in his book Freak Factor, suggested 3 strategies. 1, you gotta know what your strengths and weaknesses are. 2, you have to quit trying to fix those weaknesses. 3, you have to embrace your unique characteristics, find the right fit, and then flaunt those all over the place. And move out of those situations that highlight your weakness. Now, this is harder than you think, and it takes emotional maturity to welcome feedback and be open to parts of us that we might not like. In nurses training, you might have learned about the Johari window. It has 4 panes. There's things that you and I know about me, like that I have a red dress on. And there's things I know about me that you don't know because you don't know me that well. And there's things that neither one of us know because I've just never experienced it. But probably the most important pain is the one that you know about me that I don't know. So I'm gonna give you 2 pieces of homework today. Sorry. So Brene Brown is probably one of my favorite TED Talks. I love her books. And in Dare to Lead, she talks about identifying a square squad. So this is your number 1 task. So what you need to do is go home and find a 1-inch by 1-inch piece of paper, because that's gonna force you to edit. And then you write down the names of those people whose opinions matter, who are gonna be completely honest and real with you. And when you start feeling bad about yourself or something isn't going right, you go back to that piece of paper, because those are the people's whose opinions matter, and you talk to them about it. And you talk about, who am I? Is this the right fit for me? What should I be doing? What are my strengths? What do you see that I excel in? Second thing I'm going to ask you to do is to identify your strengths and weaknesses. One tool that I like a lot, and I've used it with all of my leadership team, is called Clifton Strengths. You can actually go online, you can do the Clifton Strengths. We all have 34 strengths and weaknesses. It'll identify your top 10. It'll also identify your top bottom. As a side, I would encourage to do it with your girlfriend, boyfriend, spouse. You absolutely, opposites attract. My top are my husband's bottoms, my bottom are his top, which drives us crazy about each other, but that's for another note. Remember, I told you that my sister and I worked at McDonald's. We are very, very different. My sister is a CPA, and I went into nursing. We worked in drive-through together. What I didn't tell you is that we had the fastest drive-through time. Now, that was a big deal back then. And as I look back, I realized that we used our 5 Clifton strengths without even realizing it and recognized great success. So there is a lot of noise around you guys, and especially right now, and people are gonna want you to be this way and want you to be that way, and you're gonna ask yourself, should I change and can I change? And I'm gonna tell you today that the answer to that is simply no. We all have the same amount of self-control, but successful people are just more fuel efficient. They re-engineer situations so that their strengths, again, are so obvious that their weaknesses become irrelevant. Successful people see a weakness as nothing more than something that gets in the way of their success. So they flip the narrative. Creative people are really the most disorganized people that I know. My dyslexic friends excel in oral communication and problem solving. Addiction is really nothing more than, if positively applied, results that we see in world-class athletes and musicians. And executives and inmates both have the same skill set, conviction, they just use it differently. You've heard it said that our greatest gift can be our greatest weakness. So, I would be amiss if I didn't offer this caution. Be careful how you use your strength. My husband, one of his strengths is that he's very direct and honest, but if he's not careful, he can come across as very blunt and rude. I can be seen as very influential and powerful, and I know I can use that to be controlling and manipulative. Dedicated and persistent people can sometimes be seen as stubborn and obstinate. When we think of people like this in our lives, we may see them as difficult to understand. We may even try to change them, especially if it's your spouse. Yet when others see our flaws, we see those uniqueness as what makes us successful. The rewards increase exponentially as you go from being particularly good at something to being the best. And there really are no rewards from moving from below average to average. Successful people play up their uniqueness. When Jimmy Kimmel was in high school, his teachers told him if he didn't quit goofing around, he'd never amount to anything. I'd take his paycheck. Chris Martin of Coldplay is often described as neurotic, but look at the music the man produces. Obsession is really nothing more than addiction to improve to be the best. Your best is being the best at building up your strengths where you are above average and instead trying to remediate your weaknesses where you're below average. So if this is true, why don't we do it? Because we believe our strengths will always be there, so we don't have to worry about them. When in fact, if you don't use them, you lose them. It's just like your muscles. We think that because we're already strong in those areas, there's no need to improve, when the truth is those strengths, that's where your greatest potential lies. We believe that focusing on our strengths is going to make us one-dimensional, when in fact you've got a multitude of strengths. You should be asking yourself today, what are my areas of passion? What do I love? Where am I proficient? And how do I combine these two things to make a living? Leading employees and being parents is really not that different. My dad and my brother allowed their children to embrace their inner uniqueness throughout their life. Both would tell you that one of their biggest accomplishments in life was raising successful children. As an example, my brother has a 30-year-old son who loves sports from the day he was born, but he wasn't proficient enough to make that a profession. He was highly creative and great with a camera, went to college for videography, got a job in school filming all the major sporting events for Michigan State, got an internship with the Detroit Tigers, which led to a job videographing the games for the University of Michigan, and he now works for the Pistons. He connected his passion and his strengths with a paycheck. I went into nursing for my mom. She quit nursing school to marry my dad, and I was born 9 months later. And I knew her whole life she wanted to be a nurse. As a nurse, I did direct patient care for only a couple years and quickly found my niche in leadership. Right out of school, I found ways to do what I was enthusiastic about and utilize my strengths, and people recognized it, and my weaknesses became irrelevant. Procrastination is a giant neon sign that that's not your thing. It is a signal that you have wandered away from your strengths. To be the best in one area, you are going to have to be willing to be the worst in another area. There are activities that will simply have more value and will provide a greater return on your investment. Remember, in our efforts to be well-rounded and multifaceted, we often develop branches that are just unproductive. So what about you? Nursing provides many options that most careers don't, so find your fit. The bottom line is fall in love with your work. You do that by being you and aligning your profession with your strengths. Every time I tried to fit someone else's mold, I failed miserably. So now, when I meet with young professionals like each of you, and I'm asked, how did you become successful and what is your story? I can narrow that down to 9 bullet points. Be you. There is always going to be somebody more popular, better dressed, more likely to succeed, and more studious. Be a lifelong learner. Do not be afraid to take risks and get outside of your comfort zone. Make your strengths so obvious that your weaknesses become irrelevant. Never burn a bridge. Strive to be the best version of you. Create your own definition of success. Be prepared when opportunities present themselves because they may not come around again. And the best thing you can do in your life is your best. Thank you.
Thank you, Tracy. Man, that was inspiring.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was very encouraging, of course, very insightful, and really great strategic tips for that. And of course, it looks like we all have some homework to do as well. So, well, at this point in the ceremony, I'd like to recognize some individual students that have made an exceptional contribution in areas of academics, their community, leadership, and embodiment of the nursing profession, all the while undertaking nursing school. For each graduating class, the Tarrant County College Associate Degree of Nursing program, highly respected for its rigor, presents an academic award to the top student who has consistently demonstrated a scholarly approach to their coursework and, of course, is respected for their diligence in their academic pursuits. In the face of a demanding academic curriculum, this student has achieved a GPA of 3.92. With that said, I am pleased to announce the Academic Achievement Award goes to Samuel Ajayi.
It's right up here. First, I would like to say thank you to TCC for the opportunity. Thank you to our instructors for their unwavering guidance and patience through this torturous journey. To my peers, we did it. Yeah. We're done with nursing school, at least for now. And yes, nursing school was hard, it was difficult, it was torturous, it even felt like it was tormenting us at times. Yeah, that's true. But if there's one thing life teaches us, is that nothing good comes easy. So I'd like to encourage us not to pray for easy lives. Instead, let's pray for strength and perseverance. So, although I don't think this award gives me the qualification to just stand up here and give advice, I'd like to say a few principles that I try to live by. Be intentional, do not lie to yourself, and obey the golden rule. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Yeah. And to my family, my mom, my dad, my two sisters, thank you for everything. Your support has been invaluable to me. And to everyone else here who came to celebrate and support us, thank you. We really, truly appreciate you. And above all else, I give thanks to God. So thank you.
Our next award, Excellence in the Community, the engagement in itself is a pillar of Tarrant County College. The student who receives the Community Service Award has demonstrated commitment to serving our institution as well as our community. The recipient must document meaningful engagement throughout their educational journey. This candidate has helped to spearhead a membership program for her peers, served as a class officer, and tabulated the highest number of volunteer hours for this graduating class. I am incredibly proud to announce the student to receive the Community Service Award is Roxana Renteria. Florence Nightingale, a pioneering of the nursing profession, made it her life's work to advocate for her patients and to define the standards of nursing care. The recipient of the Florence Nightingale Award, nominated by nursing faculty members, embodies strong moral character, a tenacious patient advocate, has demonstrated a caring demeanor, and consistently applied evidence-based practice. I'm incredibly excited to announce the Florence Nightingale Award goes to Derek Rodriguez. Our final award for this ceremony is the Leadership Award. The candidate who will receive this award has demonstrated professionalism in the classroom, clinical environment, as well as the community. This individual has served not only as a role model for their peers, but has also made a notable contribution to support them. This award is special because it is peer nominated. As such, I think it is fitting to read statements made by the graduates expressing why this recipient deserves this leadership award. And I quote, "She has clearly shown leadership from day one before nursing school even started. She takes initiative to advocate for the students. And lastly, she truly embodies what a leader is amongst us all." For the fall 2024 nursing graduate cohort, I am honored to announce the Leadership Award goes to Roxana Renteria again.
Now we would like to recognize the students who have been inducted into Alpha Delta Nu, an academic honor organization for associate degree nurses. Students must apply to be an Alpha Delta Nu and must maintain a GPA of 3.0 throughout the program, as well as demonstrate honorable conduct in campus community and in clinicals. They must also complete a capstone project, which is a final assignment in a nursing program that allows students to apply their knowledge and skills to a real-world program. The students who are members of Alpha Delta Nu are identified by the gold cord they wear. Please stand and be recognized. please join me in welcoming Professor Crystal Brown and Dr. Wubu Barclay, who will pin our nursing graduates.
Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute. Hello, graduates. My name is Dr. My name is Dr. Ophelia Bankwa. I am so proud. I'm like a mother now. I am so proud of all of you. Congratulations, and I love you all. Samuel Ajayi, I knew who you are. Samuel Ajayi. Jessica Amanaka. Lisandro Andrede. Vanessa Rivallo. Dolapo Awaranti. Andrea Ballantyne. Julian Biala. Scarla Birdsong. Alexis Bloomfield. Carl Boyette. That's so funny. You remember this. Lance Brumet. Logan Cantrell. Caitlin Sellis. Nara Gentry. Ilya Clay. Kayla Kalkinger. Julia Delgado. Tehanish Demelio. Bailey DeHoy and I did it? Joshua Duke. Kara Dunlap. Cheyenne El Masri. Charles Ezagu. Two for me, five for me. Brenda Fernandez. Jennifer Farry. Victoria Franco. Roman Franco. Morgan Gar. Maimuna Gazaman. Shine Grumps, Rachel Guajado, Madison Hand, Brianna Hammond, Honey Hush, Samantha Hosdulik, Marlene Jimenez, Timothy Jackham, Brock Krennick, Lee Grace Leonard, Tracy Lipson, Vanessa Lorenzo, Daisy Magdaleno, Milka Mayango, that's easy. Andrena Martinez, Mary Matoke, Jennifer McCrow. Colin McCullough. Maria Mendoza Alvin. Fabiola Montes. Kennedy Moore. Celine Hernandez Moreno. Diamond Mosley. Caroline Motogba. Chawin. Trisha Wen. Solaj Mucho Ngongo. Judith Yakundi. Bokola Olatayo Abikowe. Margaret Okumo. Lorenta Obuga. Ian Ortiz Kelly. Alexander Padilla. Haley Parks. Kayla Perron. Sito Shatna Ra. Samarajit. Roxana Rantiera.
I didn't know.
Derek Rodriguez. Maria Rodriguez Martinez. Sandra Romero. Cameron Rubio. Lizabel Ruiz Tamben. Brisa Science. Madeleine Salazar. Mercedes Sadvar. Ruth Saga. Sabrina Santuro. Savannah Savage. So happy. Jillian Schneider. Reagan Spurlock. Kana Schreier. Catherine Serrano. Christina Rose Sewell. Malani Simmons. Big guy. Oh dear. It's another one. This is Teddy Stanfield. It fell off. Ada, I did it. Okay. Venetia Swelly. All right. Jasmine Tarango. Marie Claire 20. Jalen Thurston Kelly. Hong Tran. You look wonderful. Taylor Trevitt. Carrie Tucker. Doreen Omo. Alejandro Vasquez. Nadia Vasquez. Natalie Waits. Okay, Hannah Weiss. Hannah Weiss. Zoe Weiss. Lauren Wright. And Jessica Young. Congratulations, we are so happy for you. And that's the end.
I'm going to try not to get emotional on this one, but I'll do that later, trust me. Sincerest congratulations to all of our graduates. It is a joy, a personal joy, seeing each of you walk across the stage knowing that you have completed what you have started. It went by quickly, didn't it? Or, well, I'm sure it did now, but going that. I, along with my colleagues, our administration, and Tarrant County College, know how much effort it took and taken to be successful. And we are so incredibly proud of you and your accomplishments.
I couldn't be prouder of this graduating class. Each one of you has worked tirelessly to reach this milestone, and you absolutely deserve to celebrate this achievement today. There is no greater feeling than knowing you'll play a part in helping someone heal. Nursing is an incredibly rewarding profession, and the positive impact you'll have on people's lives is immeasurable. I have no doubt that you will go on to accomplish extraordinary things in your nursing careers. And now the candle lighting ceremony. It commemorates the essence of Florence Nightingale, and it reminds us of the sacrifice, empathy, and compassion she demonstrated as she pioneered this noble profession. As we pass this candle, we look back at our history and we look forward to the new frontier yet to be discovered.
At this time, I would like all the proud nurses in the audience to please stand alongside our graduates as we recite the Florence Nightingale Pledge. It should be posted here on the display here. Okay. Okay. We're going to make just a minor adjustment. So allow me to recite the Nightingale Pledge. With full knowledge of the responsibilities I am undertaking, I pledge to care for my patients. Oh, okay, there we go. All right. All right, ready? With full knowledge of the responsibilities I am undertaking, I pledge to patients all the knowledge, skills, and understanding that I possess, without regard to race, color, and policies or social status. I will spare no effort to conserve meaningful life, to alleviate suffering and health. I will refrain from any action which might be harmful to the quality of life or health of those I care for. I will respect at all times the dignity, religious beliefs of the patients under my care, and hold in professional confidence all personal information entrusted to me. I will respect all members of the HELA team. Full awareness of my qualifications and limitations. And to uphold and advance its standards. Family and friends, you have witnessed the intense dedication and determination put forth by our nursing students. And while it is hard on our nursing students, we recognize that you endure this as well. I know that each student here today acknowledges the sacrifice you have made to ensure their success. Students, please take this moment to give a round of applause to your family, your friends, and your support system for all the sacrifices they have made to make this journey possible for you. Okay. Y'all go. I would now like to introduce Dr. Ashley, who will be delivering closing remarks.
Thank you all so much. My name is Wayne Ashley. I'm the Vice President for Academic Affairs for Tarrant County College, Trinity River campus. But before I say my final things, because I realize I'm the last thing standing between you and hugging your students and students hugging your parents and your support staff. But can we give one more round of applause for this amazing group of students, please? Thank you. I would also like to thank the dedicated faculty and staff in the Division of Nursing who guided and mentored each of these students on their journey. And so with the faculty and staff in the nursing program, please stand and let us thank you. Or remain seating, that's fine. So today is that big day, and it's all about celebrating the hard work, dedication, and passion each of you put into becoming a nurse. And so now you've got your pins. But this is not just a symbol of your accomplishments, it's a reminder of the journey that you've been on for the past 2 years and the accomplishments you've made. So this ceremony was not the end, it just marks the start of something even bigger that you have ahead of you. You are all now part of a profession that makes a real difference in people's lives, and I have no doubt that each of you will bring compassion, skill, and strength to the work that you do. So please savor this moment and this achievement. Be proud of how far you've come. I'm not a nurse, but I've seen you guys huddled around and studying dosage calculation and different diseases, and I'm glad you know that stuff. Just don't show me the pictures. I'm good with that. But we're all very happy with how far you've come. The faculty, staff, and administration at the college, Tarrant County College, are all very proud of you and can't wait to see the incredible ways you shape the future of healthcare in this community. So congratulations, class of 2024. Your journey is just beginning. Thank you very much.
All right, guys, this is considered the end of the program. Students, with a sigh of relief, how do you feel now? I figured as much. In nursing language, as your nursing MC, I like to go ahead and call it. Thus, the time of graduation is 3:40. Our heartfelt congratulations goes out to the fall 2024 graduate nurses of Tarrant County College. To each of you, please, please make us proud. Now go save some lives and welcome to the profession.
Thank you for joining us in celebrating the achievements of our nursing graduates. This is the conclusion of our ceremony. Please exit the auditorium promptly and meet your graduate outside the venue. For more information about Tarrant County College and our career programs, please visit tccd.edu.